Dude, Kabane is a tougher person than I will ever be or ever want to be. I'm not sure I'll walk through a swarm of flesh-eating bugs to save my own mother. The cojones on that kid. What is up, y'all? It's your man, That Dude, bringing you guys another video. I'm giving out subscriptions down below, so if you like Kemono Jihen, I review every episode, and I talk about other anime too. You don't want to miss anything, so go hit that button. Also, click that like button while you're down there, and feel free to follow and hit me up on Twitter at DatDudeAnime. Before I get into the episode, I just have to say I really like the OP for Kemono Jihen. It has a really cool vibe to it with that Spanish guitar playing in the background. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not quite as good as the first OP for Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, that OP is just amazing. But it is just good enough where I probably won't skip it. We are 2 episodes into Kemono Jihen, and so far I am really liking the direction the show is going in so far. In this episode, we were introduced to Shiki and Akira, 2 characters who are going to be mainstays going forward, and Kabane already seems to be developing a fairly close relationship with Shiki due to them both being Hanyos, and overall it's just very heartwarming to see like Kabane interact with kids who don't treat him like other shit. In my video on episode 1, I wondered if Kohachi would go right into looking for Kabane's parents, or if he would have Kabane tag along as they went and solved various cases, and that would be the way the story went. And in this episode, we got our answer to that question. And so Kabane is pretty much going to follow Kohachi and Shiki and Akira around as they go about their usual work. Now, despite this being super predictable, I like the decision that the show made with this because it is the most efficient way to introduce figures who are really important in the world of kimono, and also we get to have Kabane hone his skills and abilities under the watchful eye of Kohachi. Learning that Kabane doesn't have any blood and doesn't feel any pain only makes that little dude even creepier. Like, that blank, wide-eyed stare he constantly has in his face doesn't do him any favors already, but he doesn't have any blood and he can't feel pain. Like, the show is going to have to soften him up at some point because as he is right now, he will eventually become a dull character given that he doesn't really emote much. I'm sure almost everyone who watched this episode suspected that Akira was a boy as soon as we saw the character, but it was still kind of funny when Kabane complimented him on being a pretty girl and he just freaked out over it. Given what we've seen of what little we've seen of Akira's character so far, it seems like he is going to be a source of comedy going forward in the show. Kemono Jihen is off to a great start after 2 episodes, and I am loving the dark tone that this show is setting. In the first episode, Kabane's own aunt hired Kohachi to come in and to kill him, and in this episode they saved the family from the bugs, but that first responder still died. So in this episode we got a death, and that just establishes that in the world this show is set in, people will and do die. And so I like that tone, and I think it bodes well for the show going forward. Also, I'm looking forward to seeing like everyone in the group, so Kabane, Akira, Shiki, and Kohachi. I look forward to seeing what their abilities are going forward. Will they display new abilities? Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you on this one. If you enjoyed this video, go hit that thumbs up. And if you are so inclined, subscribe and share. It would help me out a lot. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. Also, after 2 episodes, how do you feel about Kemono Jihen? Are you going to keep watching or are you going to drop the show? And I'll see you guys in the next one.